Hi, welcome to Cowtown Colorworks. My name is Lori, otherwise known as my cat Pearl on Instagram and Ravelry. I'm coming to you from Columbus, Ohio, where I live with my mom and my cat Wellington. Hey buddy, say hi. I'll put him down a second. This is Wellington. He's running outside today. Unfortunately, it's raining. And he doesn't like the rain either, but he doesn't understand that he cannot go outside. Well, he can, but he doesn't want to go out in the rain. So now he's fussy and he'll be all up in my grill until the rain stops when I can let him out. And he's loud, sorry. Today is Monday, July 4th. For those of us in the United States, it's Independence Day. Or I believe they call it across the pond Happy Treason Day. I don't know. But we're here in the States, and today's a work holiday, so I don't have to be at work at the bank today. So I thought it would be a good day to podcast. It's been a busy weekend. Rode my bike. Oh, I guess we'll just get into it before I start talking. We're going to cover life in Ohio. I have a finished object, some works in progress, my stash dash totals, and maybe talk about some things that are coming up. So life in Ohio, what's going on? It's been crazy busy. This past weekend, my brother, my two cousins, and I rode 24 miles, training for our Pelotonia bike ride. It was cousin Eric's first day out on his bike, so we took it easy on him. But it was a nice ride. We have a lot of trails in Ohio that are like old train tracks that they have paved over, and so they're safe, they're not on the roads, they connect towns together. There's hundreds and hundreds of miles of trails. So we rode from a town called Newark to almost to Johnstown, so we did 12 miles. 12 miles out, 12 miles back. It was great, a little slight incline on the way out, which made the ride back super nice. And then on Saturday night, we went downtown, and in downtown Columbus, we have what's called the Commons, and in the summertime, the symphony plays. It's like Picnic with the Pops, they call it. They do on Friday nights for the kids, and for Saturday nights, usually it's for the adults, but kids can, of course, come. So they did the Pops, Pop Goes the Fourth, I think it's called. I'm not really sure. But anyway, they play patriotic music, and you pack a picnic. You can sit on the grass, bring your lawn chairs, or up front, you pay extra and you can sit at tables, but we just pack a picnic, lay a blanket out, bring the kids. And then they had this wonderful fireworks show. And I honestly, we were so close because they set it off right behind the little park. I mean, it really is in downtown Columbus. There used to be a mall, and they tore the mall down and they built a green space downtown that's used for all kinds of things. And there's they brought an old carousel in that's year-round, so it's great. But behind us were the fireworks, so as soon as the music was done, we turned around. There was great, probably 10 minutes. I mean, it was pretty good. The night before is Red, White, and Boom, they call it, which is it's always, I think, on a Friday night or weekend. It's our 4th of July celebration, but it's crazy downtown. I mean, I went last year, and I'll probably never do that again. It took us 2.5 hours to get out of our parking space. I mean, it was crazy. Not worth it. This was fabulous. Packed a picnic, my cousins and their kids, and my mom and I went. We just had a grand time. So we did that. What else is going on in my life? Oh, a few months back, went to Lane Bryant headquarters. Now, Lane Bryant's a clothing store here that they sell size 14 and up, so more plus size, full-figured clothing. And I mean, I've shopped there for years, but their headquarters is here in Columbus. I'm not sure there's a lot of headquarters here. Limited, Express, Abercrombie and Fitch, Lane Bryant, Bob Evans. I mean, there's a lot of corporations centered in Ohio here. So they had to put a call out to be a test fitter or a wear tester for their clothing. So I signed up. Thought that would be super fun, and it's right by my work. So you go in, you pick up an item of clothing, whatever they're testing at that time. You follow the directions, you order, you answer like online surveys that they send you about the items that you're trying on. and you wash them how they ask you to, you wear them how they do it, and then you give them feedback. So I went in 2 months ago maybe and did the testing. So they go in and they measure you from head to toe, all your specific measurement, your weight, what you enjoy about clothing, what you don't like to wear. So they don't want to pick you for something that you don't wear. Like if I don't wear yoga pants, they're not going to pick me to fit the fitness line that they have. It just, you know, they don't want to put you in something that you're going to be negative about anyway. So I did that. I got an email 2 weeks ago asking if I would like to participate in a pants fitting that was going to be a little different. And I signed up. I'm like, sure, sounds like fun. So we went. There was probably 18 of us. And the president of Lane Bryant was there. The actual designers that create this clothing were there. The 2 fit models that they use to measure and design their clothes were there. And then all kinds of marketing and big wigs with Lane Bryant. So we were put by size. We put our pants on. We went in and they looked at how it fit all these different body types. And these pants did not fit me. I don't honestly have any pants from Lane Bryant because their pants don't fit me. I'm very long-waisted, short-legged, if that makes sense. I have a 27-inch inseam, but a tall torso. I'm 5'6", so I mean I'm a normal height. I'm all torso, short leg. So I'm literally walking out holding my pant legs up like I'm wearing a dress because they are so long and I'm trying not to ruin their pants. And so they, you know, they'd bring you out 4 or 5 at a time. You would step forward, they would ask you to turn around, and then they'd ask you questions. What do you like about these pants? What don't you like? You know, for me it was obviously too long. And I'm an apple shape, and Lane Bryant, I've got eczema. Lane Bryant offers 3 fits. So like apple pear, I'm not sure what the 3rd one is, but they have 3 different fits. So I wear Sophie, which is the apple shape. Well, they would fit me around the waist, but they would be too big everywhere else. Too big in the butt, too big in the legs, too long. It was crazy. So, and then the jeans were the same thing. And then the 3rd pair I put on actually fit. Like they fit in the waist, they fit in the length, they were perfect. And I was so emotional because I'm like, finally a pair of pants that fit a crazy short person. So they gave us a gift card to go to Lane Bryant at the end and buy, you know, an outfit or whatever. So I went a couple, you know, over the weekend after, and they only had 1 pair in the pants, the style and the length that fit me. So, you know, I was so appreciative of the whole experience. I just shot a quick email off and I took a picture of me and my outfit that I bought to thank them, you know, for the experience, because it was a wonderful, wonderful experience. And, you know, I kind of said if they had more than 1 pair my size at the store, I still would have bought 2 pair, because that's how well they fit me. And, you know, classic pants are not going to go out of style. They're just a classic work pant. And so I got an email back from the marketing guy, Stan, super nice. I had been talking to him during the evening because he also is going to ride Pelotonia, and it's a big thing in Columbus. A lot of the corporations have teams, and he's on Team Lane Bryant. And I had actually asked him about buying a jersey because their jerseys are so cool. And I mean, I love riding for Huntington, but our jerseys are green and orange because that's the color of my company's. That's their signature color. Okay, I need to stop doing this today. So he sent me an email. They're sending me another pair of pants, and they're sending me a jersey. I was so happy. I was like, oh my God, that was so awesome. What perfect Monday morning email to get. That was long-winded, but I guess the end result is, yes, Lane Bryant's expensive, but their clothes are quality, and they really care. Like, they really care that these pants fit us, whoever's wearing them. And the designer was there, and I was so appreciative of her. I'm like, oh, I just need to hug you. I didn't, but I felt like it. I'm just not a touchy person. Other than that, I just have housework to do. I'm looking around my craft space again. I let it get kind of crazy. I did some sewing. Oh, I'll show you. Ooh. Sorry. I made a 4th of July bag. I think I might have showed this on the last podcast, but I'm not sure. Has a little doodah here. The inside is stars and silver glittery. And then I have anchors on my ribbons. I love this. I'm going to cast on something today in that. Happy 4th of July. Hence my red, white, and blue and my... I love these earrings. They are so tacky. Let me see. They are so something my grandmother would wear, let me tell you. I love them. And they're kind of like strung beads. They're wonderful. I only get to wear them probably like once a year, but you know, whatever. Put that back on. And, oh, and then I barbecued last night because today it's going to be rainy. 90% chance of rain pretty much the whole day. So I washed my bike. All right, well, I'll just leave these off. That's weird. I washed my bike yesterday and then it started raining, and I dyed some yarn yesterday, which I'll show you here in a minute. There we go. Because I wanted some new yarn, and I really, not that I mind buying other yarn, but I kind of enjoy dyeing it, so why not? Okay, we'll get into stuff. I have a finished object. I've been pretty monogamous because I joined the knit along for this, which I don't think I'm a knit along person because I don't speed knit. I just knit for the enjoyment of it, and having a time frame kind of freaked me out a little bit. But I completed it. I was actually in 2 knit alongs at once, and I only completed 1. But I finished my Talisman shawl by Helen Stewart. Now this is part of the Shawl Society that I joined back in June on the 9th. I knit this out of Knit Picks Hawthorne. I am so stash diving this month. Knit Picks Hawthorne in the Arbor Lodge. It's fingering weight, 100 grams, 357 yards per ball. I used all but this of 2 balls. So this is 20 grams that I have left, because I measured it for my stash dash total. So this is what's left. It'll go into my other project that I have going on over here. It has not been blocked yet because I literally had to cast it off last night. It's kind of big. I did the large size. But it's grays and it's just grays and pink. But I love the bind off. I even picoed. There's a little bit of eyelet at the bottom. It's gonna block out super pretty. Let me get my fingers out of your way. There we go. So just a little lacy at the bottom, and then these several rows of this star stitch. I'll show it again after I've blocked it today. Today is going to be blocking day. I've got 2 shawls, my Pure Joy and this one that need to be blocked. But I love it. Here, let's see if I can show you an end. I haven't obviously done anything with my ends. And I love this border. I don't know if you can see it. It's got a nice little pearl ridge. And then the big eyelets at the top. And then at the bottom, you know, the lacy. So pretty. So block it out and see. It ended up being, put it over here because it needs to get, like I said, washed and blocked. So I used 180 grams at 3.57 grams per yard, which is definitely different because my other sock weight yarn is 2.2 grams, and then my Pure Joy was 4.4 grams per yard. So they're definitely different weights of yarns, but this shawl ended up being 642.6 yards or 586 meters, bringing my grand total right now for Stash Dash to 1,621 meters. So I think I'm halfway to the 3K. Yes, because 3 kilometers is 300 meters. 3,000 meters. 3,000. 3 kilometers is 3,000 meters. I did the math. So 5 kilometers, 5,000 meters. So I'm pretty much halfway to the 3K. We'll see if we make it or not. I have time. Will I run out of steam? Who knows? So for the knit, loved it. Her directions are always so clear, and I can't show you because it's a paid for pattern, but she has the signature step by step. Literally, it's like row 1, do this. You should have 5 stitches at the end. You know, row 14, do this. You'll have 41 stitches at the end. Whatever, you know. Row 24, do this. You'll have 100 stitches at the end. And then, every so often, you have how many percentages of yarn you've used up. 45, 50, 55, 60, and, you know, increments of 5%. So, as far as yarn gauge goes, you know, I was worried because it calls for 200 gram skeins, but they were talking like 400 yard skeins, and mine was only 357. So I was a little concerned, but as soon as I got to the 50% mark and still had yarn left, I knew I would be okay. I think I got to, oh, I have a marker on here somewhere to show you. It starts at the top. It is a top down. Where'd it go? Here we go. So the first skein was all the way to this marker right here. So all but, and then from here down, used almost a whole skein. Because you get up to some serious stitches on the needles. But the whole, you know, if I had stopped here, it would have been a respectable shawl, but that's where I ended up. And then this, finish it off. I could have added a little more, but I needed it done last night, so that's what I did. So there we go. I mean, that's at a kind of deceiving place, because really that marker is here. If this is the middle, that marker is like where that pink is. I mean, this is the first skein, this is the second. But the rows get to be like, I think when I bound off, I was at 581 stitches to picot. It took me a couple hours last night, but I was determined to get it completed, so I persevered. So I'll put this away in my little box of tags, or maybe I'll staple it to my project, something. But then I have, so that's done. One of my works in progress, I'm doing, and I'm calling it my scrappy blanket because that's what it is. It's a scrap yarn blanket. But instead of doing the memory squares or the mitered square, what everybody else, you know, what a lot of people are doing, which I don't have an issue with that. But I really wanted to make this pretty big, and I figured that would take me more patience than I have, I suppose. And I like to be different. So what I'm doing, I'm crocheting mine. And I also really love stripes. And what this is going to do is it's going to create, if you can see, the diagonal stripes. Because I started this corner here, and it builds out this way till as far as you want it to go. Let's see if I can bring it back. As far as you want it to go. And it's these little shell type stitches. You can see the white ones at the top. They'll lean one way, and then when you go back the next direction, they lean the other, and they become these interlocking blocks. So what I really want this to fit my queen size bag eventually. I mean, it'll take years to make, which is fine. But what I will do is, as soon as I get to the point of width that I want it, I'll turn and start building up. And then when I want it the length that I want, then you turn and corner it. You can also make a square by cornering both ends. You'll start cornering both ends at the same time. You can make rectangles. It's a fun little thing. It's a crochet product, you know, so it's eats a lot of yarn, that was for sure. And it's loosey and airy, which I like just for bed cover. I am using a E 3.5 millimeter. I got the boy. I figure I'm going to be doing this a long time. Get the one with the rubber gripper on it. And it's nice. I mean, I enjoy it. Maybe I'll start another one with, or a different style with my worsted and DKs. This is fingering and sock. And then here, let me see. I'll have a lot of ends, but the border will eat up those ends. And I had to change in the middle. And I don't know that I love it, and I don't know that I'll do that again. I might just have to weave them in, but I crocheted in. So basically this one little square is three thick of yarn just to eat it up. This yarn right here, and I have a little mini of it, is called County Fair by Utopia. I cannot remember the content, but it is, this is what I have left, it is the first indie dyed yarn that I ever bought, and I got it in Michigan, and it's a pretty good representation of the colors. It's beautiful. I love this yarn, and I wanted to keep a little, just a little bit to have. I'm going to hang it somewhere, put it somewhere. But this is my very first indie dyed yarn. It's all sheepy. And she, I'm pretty certain, she's from Wisconsin, and she raises the sheep, makes the yarn, and then dyes the yarn. So it's all truly indie dyed and indie made, and I love it. So that's my little souvenir from my very first skein of yarn. So I'm working on this. I leave it on my couch, and when I come home at night, put a few stitches, a couple rows. I might need to keep scissors in here because I do change frequently at this point. And then this is some yarn I dyed. I'm debating what to do with it. This is alpaca. I may make a shawl. It's fun. Or borders or something. I have a lot of it. I was going to make a sweater out of it, and that just never really came to fruition. Because it's a sock weight yarn, and I don't really want to make a sock weight sweater. Now this is my failed knit along. I mean, it's not a failure because I will finish it, but these are my gravel socks by Mina Phillip and her Beyond Vanilla 1 that I bought. I don't know if you can see the texture, but it really does look like gravel. I feel it's very bumpy. And then I did the German short row heel. I don't know that I love it. We'll see. I'll wear it and see how it feels. Certainly was easy, and it's pretty, but I don't know if it's functioning for my foot. And then the foot, I'm a couple inches shy, and then on this one, my other sock, which I do knit tandem to avoid the dreaded second sock syndrome. The other one is ready to do the toes, and I'm not sure if I want to do them in red or just leave this little bit of red and do them in pattern. I don't know yet, but I didn't finish these in time. I will finish them. Excuse me, something's tickling my throat. But I didn't finish them in time to do that, which is fine, to be in the knit along. Ooh, I lost my train of thought. Stuck that in there. I should, there we go. That looks better. And this is just my regular 2x2 ribbing. I liked doing the pattern, but then it doesn't become mindless work knitting. You know, the foot does, of course, but I have 30 minutes at my lunch to do something. And so I go in and I just knit as much as I can. Now I do these for work. I did bring my talisman with me because I needed to get that finished. And I also cast on, came out on the 9th. I don't think I cast it on until Sunday the 12th. And it was, the knit along was from the 9th of June to the 3rd of July. I finished it like 9 o'clock the 3rd of July U.S. time. I'm not sure how she will work that out because she's in London. So they are 4 hours ahead of us, I believe. Not sure. But I like it. I like the stripes. And I like socks to a point. I don't wear them in the summer. Although I did make shorties. Those are fun too. So those are really... Oh, I think my cat's in the back room getting into something. That's really all that I've been actively working on right now. Coming up, I need to cast on my cousin's toboggan, his orange and brown, for the school that he goes to, which is Heath. That's their colors. And then for Addison, I got, who's his sister, I got some rainbow colored worsted weight single ply to do a little toboggan for her. Because she does love purples and blues and teals. So these are now her new colors. And this is my stash acquisitions. I bought some Felici. I have not knit with it before. The last time it came out, I didn't get to it in time. Didn't realize it. I don't know. So I got this color, which this is good. really good representation. It's yellows and blues and greens, so pretty. Special Reserve, they're calling it, and this is Lost Lakes, this colorway. So I get two. I'm thinking mittens. I want to make mittens, and I could probably get mittens and part of a sock or scarf, maybe. Although who wants to knit a sock weight scarf? I don't know, but small sheepy. This is 75% merino, 25% nylon, 50 grams, 218 yards of fingering weight yarn. And then I got rainbow. Also, which I'm thinking, I don't know, mitten socks. It's so soft. It's so soft. So soft. Sheepy soft. And I might order some more. We'll see. I just love stripes. But I need to figure out something to do with them, maybe besides sockhead hats and socks, before I go spending a whole lot more and buying tons of self-striping sock yarn when I don't really have a lot of projects to do with it. But I also ordered this, which is Stroll Fingering Pacific Tonal. This is 75/25 as well, superwash merino nylon, 100 grams, 462 yards. It's hand painted fingering. And it's blues and greens and gray. This is not showing it as good as it is. Let's see. Maybe there. Because that's definitely green-ish and blues and grays. And I got two skeins. This is my new thing. I like big shawls, and you don't have enough of like one skein, really. So then you need a lot of solids, but maybe I don't want a two color. I don't know. So I bought two. This is actually a gift for a friend for Christmas. I need to cast this on. This will be my next, depending on the Helen Stewart shawl that comes, this might be it. Or I might get a skein of gray and do like a two color or something with the gray and then just have the other skein. I don't know. And then I bought also some buttons. I want to make the antler baby by the little baby size by Tin Can Knits. I thought that was super cute. And so I got some buttons with little deer. I think these are bucks, deer, something. I don't know. They have antlers. How about that? So I got these at Knit Picks too. I just thought they were really cute. And they were on clearance. So for $2 each. I got some really super cute buttons to go on like an heirloom type sweater. I don't have yarn for the sweater yet, but I have buttons. I also bought, I really think I'm a metal needle. I have wood. I don't love wood. It has such a drag to it that I'm fighting with it. I end up with a blister. So I have size 1s, which are Chowgu red lace, but I wanted to try the Knit Picks. And these are 6-inch double pointed US 2s. So I'll do mittens on US 2s. I haven't used them yet. And they're pretty sharp. And they have a nice, they're stainless steel. And I just like, I like the glide, you know. The yarn just kind of slides right through. They don't have the grab that the wood does. Now, when I do lace or some really silk-based yarns, sure, I use wood. And I have wood, but I prefer metal wherever possible. So I ordered these. They were, I needed to get to the $50 shipping, actually, if we're going to be honest with ourselves. And I wanted to try, I only have a size 1, so I got a set. Again, I knit 2 at a time, so I always need to buy 2 sets. Of needles, so I bought those. I also got some, I got this, a little notions bag. These are in the dollar bin at Target. I got my niece, and I think I got myself one too. It has an apple on the front. She's a teacher. And then I got this one, which is pretty heavy canvas, but it will hold, I just think, fun little notions or whatever. They're a buck. They're favor bags is what they're called, but this is actually pretty heavy duty canvas. You can hold a small project or notions, or maybe I just collect junk. That's an option as well. And then, oh, I should probably put my crochet hook back in. I'll be looking for that. The last thing I bought, I have done 2 shipments with knit picks. Not since the last time I recorded, but I bought some yarn, undyed yarn, and dyed it. This is called Capretta Bear, and it is 80% merino, 10% cashmere, 10% nylon. So it's an MCN, so soft. And I dyed it, I wanted just blue, but what I ended up with, you can see right here, I think it broke. So I ended up with 2 spots where the blue kind of broke into these little rusted, looks like a rust. So pretty. And then there's some really dark blues, and then the white. So pretty. So I made 2, of course, because again, 1 isn't enough. So pretty. And I tried a different technique. I should record it. See, there's where it broke. That skein. So pretty. I have a turkey roaster in my garage that I bought to dye yarn in. So I I soaked this in citric acid, and then I put maybe an inch of water in the bottom of the roasting pan with citric acid in that as well. And then so when these were saturated, I just wrung them out a little bit, brought them out into the garage, laid them in there, kind of separated them with my hand, and then made sure the water was not quite covering them, but up to the tippity top of the yarn skeins. And then I took the powder and just sprinkled it and brought it up to simmer, turned it off, left it, walked away. There was 0 bleeding of the color. When I took it out, everything had absorbed into the yarn. I also didn't use a lot, but all of it absorbed into the yarn. I kind of think it looks almost like an indigo. But this is navy blue jacquard that I sprinkled on. I just love that blue right there. God, it's like a denim-y indigo. I almost am tempted to do like a red, white, and blue. Only because it's 4th of July, let's be honest. A red, white, and blue theme, but who knows. It'll become something fabulous, I'm sure. And I have 3 skeins of the sparkle. Now, Knit Picks Sparkly is not, it's like a clear. I wouldn't call it silver, and I wouldn't call it gold. I mean, it's just a white sparkle to it. But I have 3 skeins. 1 will become a Christmas skein. So I'm going to do 1 red and green. And then the other 2 I might just speckle up with like pinks and blues and reds and make it kind of wild. And then I'm going to go to the yarn store and get some tonals. I need some tonals to balance all the crazy colors that I have in my arsenal of yarns. So, I mean, this will be a fun project, and then I'll have some more yarn. So I really don't need any more yarn. Ooh, but I did get an email. So last year, Opal had come out, and I might have mentioned this last week, but Opal came out, or I don't know if it was new last year, but new to me, the advent calendar for Christmas, where there was 25 little blocks. You open them up, and there's little mini skeins of the Opal yarn in each. I want it bad. So I have the cash set aside, my little fun money that I do whatever, and then I throw it in this jar, and I saved up enough. I think it's over $100, but that's okay. 25 days of yarn goodness at Christmas. How fun would that be? So I got an email from the owner of the yarn store, one of the yarn stores here in Columbus, that she's ordered 3 of them. So I'm watching her Facebook page to see when they go on sale so I can go and pick it up. The other yarn store that I'm going to go to, and I'm going to see if they're open today. I'm not really sure. but they sell Quince and Company, and I'd like to go look at a yarn for that antler sweater. My friend of mine is having a baby in about 6 months, so I want to look for some yarn for that. But I need to cast on the hats today too. I need to get those done for Christmas. I only have one of my Christmas knitting done, and then this needs to happen. But this pattern isn't coming until the 6th, the 3rd, 6th. I'll get it on the 6th of July, so I can't cast this on right now, but I can start working on the hats and finishing up the socks. So that's about it for me. Maybe I'll come back next week. I know I skipped a week. I was super busy, but I'm trying, keeping up every 2 weeks. Summertime is so fun. I'm always out and about, and I just enjoy the day outside while we can. Well, you enjoy your week. Happy knitting, and have a great day. Bye.